Manscaped.
Makes sense.
Know, it makes perfect sense because when I think of like, just being out there, right? Mountaineers. Got the bush, so you got to trim that thing up a little bit. But more importantly, if you happen to be, a local cat, you want to look cool and smooth, you might want to make sure that thing's trimmed up, or if not trimmed up here, trimmed up below the waist, because we know that Manscaped are the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And like I said, appearances matter. You want to make sure that you keep that grass low. And the best way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is with the Lawnmower 4.0. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know what it has done for me and Deke. It makes us feel like rock stars when we walk around. People are calling us legends now solely because we use the Manscaped products,
we even heard the word GOAT being thrown around too.
It's that simple, man. And we didn't even talk about the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. We didn't even get to the body wash. That's just the reality of it. That's everything that Manscaped is offering to you. And might I add, they do actually have nice shirts and comfy undies to wear too, man. I tell you, man, it makes you feel real nice and complete, baby.
I use the deodorant. They also got the body spray.
Come on now.
What don't they have?
What don't they have? It's literally a be the man wherever you are survival kit. You know what I mean? That's what you need. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but that's what you want to get. So whether it is for you, or say you're a lady and you want to get it for your significant other, or you got a friend out there that might need a little help, this is where you want to go. But the biggest thing that you need to do is this. You need to use that promo code, baby. And that promo code is MOATS. MOATS. Get you 20% off plus free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So trust me on this, man. When I tell you it will change your life and your delicate twins will thank you, listen to me because I'm an expert. Yo. Is this my locker mate? Is this the one and only Pittsburgh Steelers alum, Terence Garvin in the building, man? What's good, baby? How we living?
What's good, bro? You know what? It's crazy you came on the phone and said that. I got a bone to pick. You know what I mean?
Oh, talk about it.
How I get invited to the alumni boat trip. Like, I've been seeing you on the boat. I've been seeing you on the boat.
Oh, I got you.
I want to come on the boat.
I got you. Bro, I didn't know that you wanted to. You saw me the Steelers cruise. I had no clue that you were interested. Trust me on this. I got you. I will definitely get that. I would definitely get that squared away, man.
You the man in there.
Yeah. Listen, I got you on that.
See if you can get me a +1 on the boat.
Listen. I definitely got you. I had no clue that you were interested, though, man. That's done. That's easy. We got you on that, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, though, man. So look, we was over here, and obviously I had text. She was like 5:00. Totally, man. We get to talking about these quarterbacks, right? And I was looking down. I'm like, man, I see all these texts coming in from TJ. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? I totally forgot. I was like, oops, my bad. My bad on the tardiness, man. But before we even get to, where we were going with this conversation, because obviously we're talking about some of these potential quarterbacks that we're going to draft, pre-draft and stuff like that. I know earlier today I was on social media. Okay.
I think I already know where you're going.
Yeah. I was on social media. Okay. And one of my co-hosts, just happens to be a power to Pitt / hell to Pitt guy, however we want to phrase it. Okay. But they were very excited about Pitt being in the top 10. And, they saying that this is their year and all this other stuff. And I noticed that you was out there. I saw you in the comment section. You was lurking.
I was obliged to say something, like, I don't want to call it the false advertising, but the excitement that is just gonna come from that game one country when they play Country Roads in Heinz Field.
Take me
just
home.
The excitement that's gonna come from that is just it's no words to even put it. Like, that's Super Bowl level.
Let's go.
What I mean? Like,
let's go.
We just signed a 6-star, not a 5-star, a 6-star transfer quarterback in JT Daniel. Trust the time. We're still here. We're still here. Don't panic. I remember earlier in the year, I was brought on. It was, we got this transfer coming to Pitt. Well, you know what? We got us a 6-star.
Talk your talk. Talk your talk, TG. Talk your talk.
Morgantown right now. I'm just letting it be known. A 6-star is headed there. We will be singing Country Roads in that stadium. I'm just telling you.
Listen. 6-star. I didn't even know that's possible. But
bro, See,
the reason
you don't land 6 stars. We just landed a 6-star.
Listen,
we just landed a 6-star.
You do know the reason why he's not at USC anymore. Why he's been bouncing from team to team all over the place.
No, that's your guy. That's not USC.
No, it was originally Daniels. It was originally Daniels. Slovis bounced Daniels out of USC.
Listen, he's a 6-star. He done landed home. Country Roads has found his way home. We're ready to go. We're ready to take care of him.
To the place.
We're coming to win that game 1.
Where I belong.
Almost heaven. You know how
Virginia.
Listen, dude's been a journeyman quarterback in college football. I didn't even know that was possible until now. You can even look at the stats, too. Slovis, freshman year.
It's not about the stats.
No.
He said it's not about
the fit.
Slovis
fit with us like a glove. The fit is perfect.
I thought you had a freshman quarterback you were high on. He's thrown by the wayside now?
Who?
You had a freshman quarterback coming in, no?
Yeah, we're set for the future. We're ready. We're ready to go for the next 4, 5, 6 years. Like, we're ready to go.
Let's go.
We're slowly going to turn into the QB factory. Like, Oklahoma's no longer in the Big 12. We're here to take that role over.
Talk.
All my young boys, if you want something, you want to come win a Heisman potentially, you want to sling it, come to Morgantown.
Let's go.
Hey, listen, here's all I'll say. Slovis, freshman year.
Wow.
30 touchdowns. JT Daniels, his whole college career, this is 4 seasons. 32 touchdowns. Ooh. That's all I'm just going to leave that out there. And talking about Heisman's, quarterback factories.
Geno was Geno.
Kenny Pickett last year?
Before he threw all them touchdowns that year, he didn't throw all them touchdowns that year. This is the year of JT Daniel in Morgantown. I'm telling you what's going on. You feel me? He's going to throw for at least 20 to 30 touchdowns this year.
20, that's kind of low.
Put the 30 on him, TG. Don't shy away. Put the 30 on him. Put the 30 on him.
I just want to give him some love. He's going to have a big year this year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We got a running game coming. I'm seeing a lot of good things coming from the spring ball. I'm not worried. You feel me? I think this is the year that we sing Country Roads in Heinz Field. I just want them to play. Wow. That's my whole thing. My whole thing is, will they play? I'm not worried about the win. Will they play it for us? You feel me?
Play the song.
You guys do that after the losses?
Oh,
I've never heard Sweet Caroline in Morgantown. I'm just saying it like that. I've never heard. I don't even know how it starts off. You know, I've heard.
I think that's because you guys are just beating up all the Pitt fans when we get down there. It's hostile.
Yo, y'all are funny, man.
Speaking of quarterbacks, did you see Geno for Heisman get paid today? Like, respect. You know what I mean? I think he got a chance to be a starter this year. Now, I know that's another category, but they gave Geno they gave some nice money today. Starter type money, 1 for 7. That's a good deal. Go in there and win that. Yeah.
Okay. So they not rolling with Drew Lock. Okay, they going with the WVU homie then. All right. Okay.
I'm just saying, I think there's a competition in there. And competition brings out the best in everybody.
No, I like it, man. Now, before we start talking about what we got to talk about, anywho, my man Nick Watt did just pull up in the chat and he said, for me to tell you that Oklahoma State got West Virginia every time. And I bet TG glad that OU left. That's what man Nick White in the chat just said to you, man. I'm just throwing that out there, all right?
I don't know about all that. I don't know about that either. Like, honestly, Oklahoma State, that's the sleeper game. You know how that go every year. You know you got that sleeper game that you got to get through. They're typically that sleeper team. Okay. You know? And they catch you sleep coming off of something or going into Oklahoma the next week, different things like that. So, we probably won't be sleep for that this year. They had a good year last year.
Why is WV sleeping though? What's the reason for sleeping?
They sleeping on people.
We were sleeping on Oklahoma. Okay. Okay. Oklahoma's one of them teams. They only gonna play you early in the morning. They're one of them programs. You know what I mean? Like,
they say they catch before noon kickoff, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta chill, man.
The stadium ain't nothing but a couple feet. Like the fans.
They say straight moms and dads and brothers and sisters in the stands. That's it, man. Only family members. family and friends.
It's not a day in Morgantown when you hype ready to go. It's not that. You know what I mean?
That's funny, man. But T, man, so obviously this week, man, we've been reacting to some of these quarterbacks that the Steelers have been bringing in on their pre-draft visits. It's a total of 7 that have come in or will be coming in over the past couple of weeks. That list ranges from Matt Corral, the quarterback from Ole Miss, Sam Howell, the quarterback from UNC, Desmond Ridder, the cat from Cincinnati, Carson Strong. That's the young boy from Nevada, Malik Willis. Everybody knows Malik Willis by now, the quarterback out of Liberty. Then Kenny Pickett. That's your boy and Deke's boy. Is that more Deke's boy? I'm not sure how y'all felt about Kenny Pickett.
He uses hand stents.
but held a Pitt. That's what my man Deke said. All right. And then we have Chris Oladukong. That's the quarterback from South Dakota State University. Yeah, but with all of these guys, all these guys coming in on visits, man, just what's your thought on any of these guys, man? Do you like any of them a little bit more than the other? And just start with right there, man.
Personally, I'm a Malik fan right now. It seems like Malik is the best quarterback in this draft to me. I think his upside is going to be good. He gives me like I don't know. He gives me like this Russell Wilson kind of feel,
Combined with Michael Vick too, maybe?
There it is.
Can he run like that?
Not side to side. But he got a cannon like Vick.
Russell Wilson type feel. He gives me the good kid that's going to come in there and be a good program leader. He's got a big arm. He's got a big arm, it seems. It seems like he can move. It's not like, I don't want to say he doesn't come from competition. Like, he went to Auburn. Mm-hmm. So he started out at a high level spot. Liberty's a good spot. It's good competition there. But he's been at a high level spot. So I think he's seen it. I think he understands. I think he's the quarterback. That's the guy right now. It seems like Kenny Pickett, to me, Kenny Pickett's like a decision maker to me.
Okay.
He seems like one of those guys that's going to be a good decision maker. He can move a little bit. I'm curious to see like that factor that he brings to the league, if that makes sense. But he seems like he'll be a good quarterback, if that in that medium tier type. And I mean, maybe he proves me wrong, but he seems like one of those type guys. The guy from Cincinnati seems like he's coming up strong. It seems like he's starting to get a nice following behind him. Yeah. Ridder, he seems like he's coming strong right now. So you know how I go with the draft. Like right before the draft, couple weeks before, everything starts switching up.
Hey, no question. We're seeing that with Malik, man. I mean, he was one of those guys.
Me, I don't see Malik being there at 20 though.
Yeah,
I really don't.
That's the conversation. That's what we're going to ask you next, in the sense of, because of how the pre-draft works and everybody talks these guys up. Now he's looking, potentially going top 10 or even late case scenario in the teens. But with Malik, is he a quarterback that you would be willing to trade up for?
I don't know if you trade up for him, and it depends what you have to give up to trade up for him. If you're just giving up, maybe you're just swapping out picks, and maybe you give out another pick for that pick, maybe your first and a second, something like that. Maybe. I just don't think it's that immediate right now to trade up for him. Okay. I think when you trade up for somebody, you're looking for somebody to come in there and make an impact today.
Yeah, be the guy.
Yeah, today. And I think the offseason has said that they don't believe that none of these guys are just totally the guy, but everybody has a chance to compete for the spot. So I don't think you trade up for him. It's interesting to see, and not to look too far in the future, but it's some nice quarterbacks that could potentially be coming out next year, So I think you continue to build your team up. I think what you have at the quarterback position is solid enough to do what you're trying to do. Because, I mean, like we've said, they're trying to run the ball. I think they've committed to that in terms of what they've shown you, in terms of personnel and whatnot, that they're trying to run the ball. So I think it's just continuing to stick to that trend of running the ball and playing good defense.
So I think are you content then? Are you content with Mason and Mitch? Or you still saying you would bring in somebody else though to compete with that room, right? Or are you just rolling in with just these two guys?
Yeah, I think you're not upset with Mason and Mitch.
Okay.
I think you're okay with that today. And I think you feel like defensively you're strong enough. You built something strong enough that teams aren't just going to come in there and score on you, and you're going to be able to run the ball and control the game.
Now, T, I got a question though. Baby. We know it's a quarterback-driven league. We talk about that. Even with top-tier defenses, if you got that X factor at quarterback, it doesn't matter how elite your defense is. In a sense, we've seen these quarterbacks really take over. Are you confident in this group to that extent that they could overcome that type of situation?
To me, I feel like Mitch is the starter as of today, right?
Okay.
So if we're going in game one today, I think Mitch can get you out of a stadium. I don't think he's just going to win you the game, but I don't think he's going to lose you the game either.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he can get you out of a stadium. I think he's a good quarterback. It seems he's mature. I think he got to sit behind Josh Allen last year. So it's interesting. Let's see what that looks like coming back into that starter role. That second chance is always different.
Got to get the second chance. Facts.
Yeah. So, I think you see what you invested in with Mitch. I think that's what you invested in over the summer. I think you see what you got with Mitch. I don't feel like none of these guys are going to come in there and just start, you know? Are we saying any of these guys are just blatantly better than what you have in there?
Right.
It's debatable. So it's kind of like if you can steal what's the name, Kyle Hamilton at 20 and plug that into your defense, I think that's a great pickup,
No, I like it.
Yeah, or if you can get you a nice tackle maybe to plug in and you feel a little bit more comfortable with, I just think that the team actually is very complete right now.
Yeah, outside of safety and that third receiver element, I was like, other than that, it is pretty open though, without a doubt.
The team is very complete. So now you're trying to kind of plug in that a piece that just can help, whether it is another receiver, maybe it is maybe you see something out there that can move and you just want to open up the slot game a little bit more. I think you just try to find a piece that can just help you today, help you today. I don't know if that quarterback position is, as crazy as it sounds, that immediate today, because I feel like over the summertime, you've addressed the situation and going to get a Mitch. So, I think you kind of just keep all options open. If something's there at 20 that you like, but I knowing the Steelers and the Steeler way, they taking best available. That's what they do.
You said not best available, linebacker,
outside linebacker.
That's a steal. We're gonna take one of them. You said that's an LB available. We're gonna get one of them.
If I don't think you'll guarantee, I guarantee you they draft a linebacker in the draft.
They're gonna take one of those. Okay, that's what they do. Yes, that's what they do. Okay, we're not gonna act like that's not the case. All right.
That's what they do, bro. But he's gonna take the best available. That's his. He loves the best available.
Hey, no question. No question. Now, two other quarterbacks that have been brought up in the chat that we were talking about before we had got on the phone with you was Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton. Now, obviously, we're talking about Baker in the sense of if he is released by the Browns and you get to control the money element of it. But Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton, do any of them or either of them interest you in terms of bringing them into Pittsburgh as well? Because like we said, prior to Haskins passing away, the part that made us feel a little bit okay with it just being Mitch and Mason was we had Haskins, who was a former first-round draft pick. So you already had high-end talent that you were essentially taking a flyer on. But now with him no longer in the equation, now it's like, well, who is that third top-tier talent that is really going to be able to insert themselves in this conversation? And those two names popped up in terms of Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton.
But they're almost too big. They're almost too big for that situation. I don't think you can bring Baker in there. I think it gets too loud, too messy. No. Now,
do you think it's too messy because he might mess around and be all right and start, or are you saying too messy because of the progressive commercial and stuff like that?
Well, even back and forth with the media, probably too.
I just think everything about it. It's just it's not a good match to me. It's not a good relationship. I think Baker's a good quarterback. I don't know if Pittsburgh is the spot where he just finds his success. I think Baker's looking for more of a spot that's that just needs a quarterback to come in there. like a Denver would have been a good spot for a Baker.
Yeah.
You know,
people are saying Seattle now to compete with your boy.
They gonna take Geno money, man. Don't let them take Geno money, man. Chill out.
They just re-signed Geno. I think they see something.
I think they see something. You silly, bro. I think they see something, man.
I think Cam would be an interesting person to bring in. It's just so much spotlight with Cam.
Yeah,
you know?
He is big name with that, man.
I think a Coach Tomlin can handle that. I think he definitely can. I don't know if that locker room is structured for that right now. If that means, like, I don't know if that locker room is that vet-lated for a Cam.
Cam's big personality. That's a lot that comes with Cam, man.
A lot. Yeah. I think, and I always go back. I think the Juju gave you a little synopsis of what that loudness can be like.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they love that loudness. You know, I think Pittsburgh, you think blue collar, come to work every day, hard work, and just, you know, put his head down and go to work. I think Cam's a good player. I think he'll do that. But I think you have to be willing to accept everything that comes with him. And on top of that, he might not be your starter. So do you really want to bring that into that situation? You know, I think that's a lot. I think that's kind of what hurts Cam, even in his free agency right now, is the fact that he potentially might not be your starter. Do you want to have that in your building? Yeah. You know? So Baker versus Mason and Mitch Trubisky. Who do you think wins that? If it was everything equal, who do you think wins that? I mean, I think Baker wins that. I think Baker wins that. I do. Okay, I think Baker's the best of the three. Okay. And maybe it's just because Baker is the, say, proven starter already. But I just feel Baker still got a big arm. It's still a first round, you know, it's a first round talent for sure. I mean, Trubisky's a first round talent too. Yeah. But I just think Baker's the better quarterback of the two. But I think for what you've done right now in free agency, you have to say Mitch is the better of the two because you paid for that. You bought that. Yeah. You know? So it's like you can't even go out there. I don't even think you confuse yourself like that. You know, I think if you do something like that, you could have used that money and went and got a Tyrann Mathieu, or you went and got one of these safeties that you wanted to get, or you just could have used that particular money on a different thing. I think that's a lot of money to put into one position that you're only going to have one of them really do the job, and the other one's going to be really sitting down. And then I think also that puts you in a situation where you have to go with Baker because of the personality, the loudness of it. Yeah. While I think Mitch is willing and is able to kind of ride the second, the second tier, I think it makes it that you have to go with Baker,
That's a good point.
That is, though.
If you bring in Baker, having him as a backup?
Yeah, Baker can't sit as the backup. That's a lot. I don't think you can do that. That's a lot. Yeah.
Against a dude that we were just splitting hairs between who's better between Baker and Mitch.
He going to be eyeing that the whole time, feeling some type of way. Yeah.
So I think you put yourself into like a little situation, even in bringing in potentially a Baker. And I think you just avoid that altogether. I think you can just go get you a draft pick at that point. Gotcha. Even if you go get you a third rounder, I just think at that point it's better to just go get you a draft pick and just start clean.
No doubt. Now, T, we didn't get a chance to talk to you when all the free agency moves were happening, right? With all of, the defensive additions, some of the O-line reworking and stuff that's happened. Man, what were your thoughts, though, on some of these moves? And, I want to start in particular with the LB room, bringing in Miles Jack. How we feeling about that, man? What's your thoughts on the homie, man?
I mean, I like Miles Jack's game. I really do. I like his game. I think he's very athletic. I think he's a little bit older. He's about 26, 27, so he's a little bit more mature. He can run. I think Pittsburgh just jumped into athleticism wise the top 3, top 5 duos in the league.
Did you put an emphasis on athleticism? You was real clear with that.
Athleticism.
You didn't want to just say players. You didn't want to go that route. Like, what's going on here, man?
I think athleticism wise, that linebacker duo is for sure in the top 3, top 5 to 5 in the league. You can't you can't name a duo that's just uberly athletic. I think they're very athletic. I'm curious to see how they work together, how their marriage is. I'm curious to see who calls the defense and who's the runner per se of the defense, or who
going out there and walking out there in that coverage element. Yeah.
Who walks out there over top of three, you know, and has to really deal with the 3-2 exchange, has to deal with the new number 3 coming inside, has to carry 3 vertical. Who does that, and who sets the defense?
Yeah.
The defense has to be set from the middle. It can't be set from the safety position. It can't be set from the D-line. It has to be set from the middle, because they have to tell the D-line what to do with certain things they see that the D-line can't see, and certain things that it can't be relayed from the safety position. So I think it has to get set from the middle. It'll be curious to see who sets it. You know,
how you setting it up though, man? That's the real question. I mean, you letting D Bush walk out there and cover some of these animals at 3? You know, these uber athletic tight ends, or when we get freaky and we get speed at 3, we dealing with that. You want D Bush out there? Or you want Miles? How we living?
I think we want Miles in coverage, and I think we want D Bush on the attack against running backs. I think we want D Bush on that one-on-one off the edge. I think we want D Bush attacking.
That's putting that green dot back on him, though. How you feel about that?
I don't know how that goes. And I think he should be able to do that. He's been there a couple years now. You know,
he was given it going into the second season, correct?
Yeah, going into the second season, he did have it. Then last year, they put it on Schobert, though, as soon as they traded for him, which was
to me, it's the surprising they put it. Sometimes they take that green dot off of you because they want you to play faster. A green dot will slow you down.
Oh, facts.
You have to set up everything. A green dot will change your game.
Hey, so you try to catch your breath. You try to catch your breath. We like, yo, what's the call? What's the call? Talk to us. What's the call? Like, yo.
You got to go tell everybody what to do, where to go, and how to get there. And then you got to eat too. Like, that takes a skill, you know? So, I don't know. Jack's older. He's 26, 27 we said. Yeah. Maybe he comes in here and does a Schobert type situation where he takes the relief and he does the green dot and he still flies around. You know, just because you have the green dot doesn't mean you have to go to the 2-man side. You can go to the 3-man side with the green dot. So it's like, I think that's what Shazier's, Vince definitely said it.
Yeah, Vince was setting it.
Vince was the setter and Shazier was the runner. But I think when Shazier and LT was in there together, I think Shazier was the setter and the runner.
Yeah.
So I think we've seen this before, you know, to where you can see somebody that sets it and runs it. And, well, when I say runs it, is the per se
do the coverage stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you could see that, but I'm just curious to see how that meshes. But I really love the athleticism that they're bringing to the table. They should be able to cover the tight ends with success. You should see some athletic plays come from the middle of the defense.
What's your confidence level in Bush coming into year 4 in terms of how it relates to the draft and trying to draft a linebacker in the first maybe couple rounds to give him competition? Are you just good with this combo of Devin Bush and Miles Jack?
No, I think you still got to bring one in here.
Ooh,
you know, I think somebody still got to come in here for sure.
Early on that first 3 rounds.
I think you see one coming here about the 3rd round, you know, somewhere in the 3rd, not the 1st round, because I think it's other needs for the 1st round. But I think you'll see somebody slide in around the 3rd round, you know, if not for sure the 4th round.
Is D Bush going to get the conversation of 2 dogs, 1 bone? That's the real question. Do you think that conversation happens to him? Okay, it's still his bone. Okay.
Still his bone.
That's what I'm trying to figure. Because you know when that convo happens, that's the game changer. That's when it gets real. You see your face, another guy's face, and we know what time it is. That's all. You know?
It's definitely starting to get real. Let's say it like that. The seat is definitely heating up. And I think that brings more confidence, more... I mean, it's either make it or break it type situation with him now. It is what it is. Like you either have to make some plays. You either got to make some plays or you're gonna have to go. You know. So I think we're definitely in that spot. You know.
Nah, I could dig it, man. I could definitely dig it there, man. Sheesh.
I want to see him do well though. I want to see they traded up for him. They had ambitions to see him do something at a high level. I would love to see him do well. I'd love to see this combination go. But one thing about Coach T is he loves that linebacker. The linebacker.
That's his. Yeah, he loved them dudes.
He loved them linebackers. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's gonna have a lot of room to play around. I think he's gonna have to show something, especially in camp. These OTA. I think he needs to show improvement. I think if they don't see something that they're looking to see, you'll see a linebacker get drafted relatively quick.
Yeah.
You might even see something like third round trade up and go get one early in the third. Like, you can see something like that.
Well, I was going to ask too, man, because this is my final one before we was going to let you go and everything like that. But we know that this is obviously his 4th year and they have the option still to pick up his 5th year option. If you're the Steelers, are you picking up Devin Bush's 5th year option right now? Or are you going to allow him to go into this last season, in a sense, just naked, like whatever happens, happens. How you feeling about that?
I'm not picking that up. No.
You said you are or you not? What you say?
No, I'm not picking that up.
Oh, you said no, just let them have it. Just go out there and get it how you live.
You got to earn that. You got to think, he just brought in Miles Jack. So
right.
He's brought in, per se, I don't want to call him a clone, but he's brought in an athlete.
Yeah.
To where, first come to worst, he could draft one and move Miles to the athlete and go that way.
Yeah.
It's just opened some stuff up for him to where it's like, no, that's not it.
They said they're going to pull up the Chad Muma, man. Chad Muma coming to Pittsburgh, man. Going to make it real interesting in this room,
I like
man.
Chad Muma. I like him a lot. I think he's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can move. I don't know. I like him a lot. It seems like that boy from Georgia is starting to slip a little bit.
Yeah, N'Kobe.
Yeah. If you can steal that, I think you steal that.
First round?
If you can steal it in the second.
Okay.
All right. I was like, ooh.
I think you steal it. I just don't. I think you got other concerns. But if it's there and say the safety position's all gone, say it's him and just say it's him and say like a quarterback still there.
Yeah.
I think you go get him. I think you do. You go get an athletic leader of the defense. And, and I think it opens up a lot of situations, but it opens up your defense.
Nah, I like it then, man.
So what are your top 3? You mentioned safety.
I'm going to say, yeah.
What are your top 3 for the first round? Top 3 positions.
Of urgency, of need?
Yeah.
Strong safety, receiver, line. Or line/linebacker. You can argue that.
Okay. Talking D-line?
What's Tua going to do?
I know.
That's the biggest question mark right now. Yeah.
What's Tua going to do? If Tua comes back, that D-line's sturdy.
No, facts. Facts. But if he doesn't,
then you have to trade him for something and make it sturdy. I don't think you just let him go. I don't think you can just let him sit out anymore either, though. You have to do something.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's going to retire.
Yeah.
I just need to. It's kind of one of those. That's an internal. What's he going to do? We need to know.
We need to know, though. We definitely need to know.
Because what you do is going to tell us what we do.
Yeah.
But we want it to be you. So, I just think those are the questions that OTAs and whatnot are answering right now, and it's going to tell them kind of where they need to go with this draft pick. But I think the team is solid. The team is really solid. We need another running back in there. Somebody who can move, come out the backfield a little bit. I like that. What's his name? Jared McKinnon. Somebody like that would be good.
Okay.
Yeah, just an athlete. Just somebody to come out the backfield and win the one.
Yeah, that was the cat when it was in Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah, the one out of Kansas City. I think he's a free agent right now. I think that would be somebody like that would be a good pickup. But I think you need an athlete at running back. You can always boost up the line. You need a receiver.
Definitely need that.
A weapon.
Yeah.
You need a weapon at receiver, like a big man. And you need that strong safety. You need somebody that last piece of the defense, Nah,
it's going to be interesting, man. It is definitely going to be interesting. But my man, TG, Terence Garvin, we definitely appreciate your locker mate spending some time with us, on the show. And I like you said, man, I cannot wait till this week 1 matchup, by the way. I just want to throw that out there before we go. I just cannot wait because the way y'all both are hyped up about y'all programs, and I just cannot wait to see how this thing plays out, man.
Almost heaven, man.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, I'll holler at you, bro.
All right.
All right, bro. Peace.
Shout out to the homie, man. TG, Terence Garvin, man, in the building. Yeah. It's going to be interesting, though, baby. It's going to be interesting. Y'all talking that talk. Talking that talk. I like it.
I guess that's why they call it the Backyard Brawl.
That is, man.
It really is. An hour away.
Yeah.